Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Stuart. Stuart is from England in the UK. So let's see what Stuart has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Stuart, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
No problem. Happy to do it.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's been a good day because it's my off day from the gym, so I got to chill out after work, which is always a bonus.
How often do you go to the gym?
4 or 5 times.
Yes. And usually do you go in the evenings or in the morning?
Yeah, evenings. I'm an after work kind of guy.
I see.
I can't get up earlier than I need to. I'm more of a night person, so.
And tell me where you're from.
So I live in Stoke-on-Trent, which is the middle of England, but I'm originally from a place called Tamworth near Birmingham, which is the real middle of England. So
Wow.
a Brummie.
Actually, I've been there, Stoke-on-Trent. I've been there actually a long
Oh,
time
dear.
ago. Yes, a long time ago. Yes, I was working a hotel at the time, and we went there to visit. I think it's a fabric where they produce a lot of cookery, like
Yeah.
made cookery. So it was beautiful to see. So yes, actually I have pictures on my Facebook, like standing by the station.
It's what Stoke's famous for, to be honest. It's pottery, so yeah, it's called the pottery. So
There we
world
go.
famous pottery. There you go. That and Robbie Williams. That's it.
And why the change from near Birmingham to Stoke-on-Trent?
So I came here for university,
Mm-hmm.
and then I lived in Manchester for a few years, and then I came back here because it was cheaper.
And all your family are back in Birmingham.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I see. And what do you do for work, for living, Stuart?
So I work at the hospital, but I work in IT. I do project work, so it's a bit boring, but basically replacing paper for digital. That's my job.
I see. And you've been working this field for a long time?
6 years now.
Wow. Right. Of course, when I was checking your profile, you are the holder of Mr. Bear Manchester and also Mr. Bear the UK. Yeah?
That's right. Yeah. I thought it might come up. So I've got my sash ready just in case.
Absolutely.
There we go. Mr. Bear UK.
Amazing. So walk me through a little bit. Tell me how the opportunity came along and how did you start the competition?
So, like you said, it started in Manchester. The organizer of the event, Wayne, who works for a Bear group on Facebook, it's a very big group, it's just called Bear. He approached and said, you might be good for this competition. I think he does it every year. Approaches people. So I won Manchester first. The heats, it is kind of very much American beauty pageant, what you would imagine. So it was like questions and swimwear, uniform, and like whatever you want. So casual, swimwear, uniform, and then like an outrageous last one sort of thing. Wow. So I wore leather. Leather shorts for that.
So the first competition was Mr. Bear Manchester, and after Mr. Bear UK.
That's right, yeah. So that's when you go up against like Mr. Bear London, Bristol, Leeds, all the other major cities basically.
And both of them was in the same year or not?
Yep, same year. So I won Mr. Manchester in the August, and then Mr. Bear UK last December, just gone.
Amazing. Okay, so during the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Okay.
Stuart, before we start our journey within the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Okay, so I have a really stupidly long name. So I have 4 middle names and a double-barreled last name. So my full name is Stuart Andrew Robert William John Fallaize-Cunningham.
Oh my God, it's not quite not common in England, is it?
No. And when I go abroad, like they either ask me, am I royalty? I got asked if I was African once.
Oh my God, that's interesting. I'm originally from Brazil, and in Brazil, it's quite common for you to have long names, like long surnames, nicknames. But these are quite long. And why? Is just because of your family, your parents?
It was because on my dad's side and my mum's at the time, they'd all had girls, so all the cousins were girls. So I was the first boy. So I think everyone got worried. So it was both the granddads, my dad, and an uncle confirmation name like thrown in there as well. And then I got married to my husband, and that's where the double barrel came from. So
Oh, I see. Okay,
it's
to
a
make even
nightmare to
longer.
fit in forms.
I think you needed to add your husband's surname just to make sure that's gonna be longer.
Yeah, we regret it now. It didn't need to be any longer, but
That's funny. Stuart, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
yes.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So, yeah, I've got him a best. Of random questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. Good question. First question is, what does family mean to you?
I'm a very big family man. I'm very lucky because I've got a very big family and a very loving family, a very accepting family, a very loud family. So I'm not unique in my loudness and my outgoingness. We're all quite loud. We like to think we're funny, but yeah, big family full of love. Kids are always encouraged to speak up and be loud and perform rather than, sit quietly in the corner. So been very lucky that way. I've got a great support system. So family means everything to me.
And which person in your family you feel more close to?
Probably my two eldest sisters, because we grew up together. We're very close in age, and we grew up together. So yeah, it's them two, Joe and Amy.
Right. So let's see, both of them, they are watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say?
Thanks for helping raise this mess and all the love you've ever given me and support and strength. You with mom and dad and everyone else, it's just been amazing. My brothers too, but you two girls, I love you. I love you. There you go.
Oh, sweet. Very sweet. So there are two boys and two girls.
So there's two elder sisters, and then I've got three half brothers underneath me.
Oh, I see.
So my mom and dad got divorced, and then he remarried when they had three sons. But there's a big age gap. So
wow, big family. Wow.
That's what I say.
Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Stuart, next question for you is, what can make you cry and what can make you really happy?
Ooh, okay. My husband makes me really happy. I know that's sappy, but he does. He can also make me cry. No. I think the thought of losing people can make me upset. Sometimes I can overthink that and worry. Anything wrong with animals makes me cry. I know it's pretty standard stuff, but yeah. As for happiness, my husband makes me very happy, and I have an amazing large number of friends that make me very happy too. I'm a very lucky man. Wow. So I've got not much to be upset about, to be fair.
Oh, and when you think about yourself, Stuart, when you analyze yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Stuart?
I think probably is my ability to make friends with people, and I'm quite comfortable in social situations, which I know a lot of people struggle with. So I think that's a good point about being me. I don't struggle. I like to make friends. I like to ease conflict and tensions and have a laugh. And yeah, I would say I'm quite a sociable, hopefully nice person to be around.
And you've always been this way?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I say, it's how I was brought up. It's our family. We're all the same. Like, any stranger could walk into one of my family parties and feel welcome and one of the crowd and want to stay, sort of thing. So yeah, I think so.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Right. So before the next question, as you mentioned already a few times, that you are very close to your family. You always have great support regarding being you. The day when you came out as a gay boy, did you have the support of your family? I believe, but when you came out, did something happen, or you just felt like, okay, let me just be my true self and be open about it? If you can share.
Yeah. So I didn't come out till I went to university. I'll be honest. So the town where I live, Tamworth, it's big, but it's not like very metropolitan, or there wasn't any gay visibility that I knew of. And also we were raised Catholic, so there was all that guilt. So there was a lot of fight in it, basically. And it wasn't until I came to Stoke to university that I was like, new place, new people, may as well live it as I'm supposed to authentically live. So yeah, I told my family then from uni in a phone call, and they were shocked. They were shocked. They were fine, like I said, supportive and everything, but they were shocked. I hid it really well.
Wow.
Like posters of girls on the walls. I've had a girlfriend just before I left, that kind of thing. When you look back, like in hindsight, I would say it was pretty obvious. Because like I was the drama boy. I was like doing drama in school and like winning awards and acted, and yeah, quite theatrical. But I guess you only go with what you're presented with. So yeah, they were shocked, but yeah, supportive, fine. So not a harrowing coming out story at all.
Do you think deep inside your parents, your mom, they knew it or not? They literally was taken by surprise.
She says afterwards that she says she already knew, but I don't think she did. But to her credit, she didn't bat an eyelid. She was cracking a joke straight away. She was like, "Does that mean you're going to steal my handbag?" sort of thing. So it was fine, though. It was like absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe she did, because she wasn't that like shocked. But yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting you saying that, because I believe that the parents, they know us sometimes better than ourselves, and sometimes maybe they don't. It come to their mind the idea, but they don't think about it. They just live on the side. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think it could be that as well.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, and then when it was confirmed, she might be like, "Oh, I sort of knew." Yeah, so that's fair. I'll give her that.
Easy. Next question is, what is the biggest risk have you ever taken?
Ooh, risk. Probably moving to Manchester in the first place, because I went to live with a guy that I'd only dated for about a month, but he was like, "I need help with the rent. I wanted to get out of Stoke. I've always wanted to live in Manchester." So yeah, that was probably a big risk. Not the best risk either, because it didn't end very well with said bloke, but it got me to Manchester, a new friend, so I'll take that. That'll do.
But even though, did you stay there for a long while, or just that period of time?
No, so after him, I moved into another friends. I lived in Manchester, I think, for about 8 years. I was only with him for about 8 months. So
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And what do you miss the most about living in Manchester?
The people. Although I say that, I'm there every weekend, so they probably see more of me than when I lived there, to be honest. But it's nice having that city centre, and Manchester, I'm sure you've been, it's very gay. Like, it's very cool and comfortable to be who you are there.
Yes.
But yeah, just that after work, getting off the tram, meeting people in Canal Street, that kind of stuff I miss. But like I say, I'm there quite a lot. I've got good friends. They always put us up, so yeah, quite lucky that way.
So your closest friends, they live there as well?
Yeah, that's where most of my closest friends are, Manchester, yeah.
And it's quite far from where you live now, or not? It's quite easy to get there?
Yeah, so if you imagine Birmingham and you imagine Manchester, Stoke's right in the middle of the two, so it's like hour that way or hour that way. So
I see. All right. Next question. Let's do it.
Okay, I've got a bit of the music that time.
Hey, sometimes come along. Next question for you is, what is the best advice have you ever given?
Ooh, best advice I've ever given. That nobody is paying as much attention to you as you are to yourself. As in, stop worrying, because although you're obsessing about that sentence you said 3 years ago that didn't go down too well, or that time in school when you did this, they're not thinking about it. And in a weird way, when people get self-conscious at the gym as well, like everyone's just looking at themselves in the mirror. Honestly, don't worry about it. Go, do you. Everyone's wrapped up in their own head, so there's no need for anyone else's perceptions to get in the way of you having a good time and just relaxing and just trying not to obsess over things that don't matter. They really don't matter.
And fitness always been part of your life?
Oh no.
No?
No. No. I'm still quite like chubby. I'm a bear or whatever, but I used to be a lot bigger, like 21 stone big. So yeah, no, fitness is only really when I came back to Stoke. Like I say, a bit more disposable income, started the gym. I've got a personal trainer now. Like I'm just an online one. I'm not fancy enough like that, but like, yeah, he sorts me out with the meal plan and stuff. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey, but yeah, feeling good about it. So
great. Ready for another one?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Next question. Right. So before the next question, I'm going to ask a question in two parts. The first part of the question is, as you already explained, how the opportunity to enter the competition to become Mr. Bear Manchester came along. My question for you is, when you started the competition, did you think you could win? And the other part of the question for you is, since you got the title, tell me about the journey. There's something that you need to accomplish? There's something that you need to do? How does it work for you since when you become, Mr. Leather Manchester?
So did I think I could win? No. Well, you have to sort of believe you can win, I think, in all these situations. Doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna, but you should at least give yourself a fighting chance. So, like, I think a lot of people lie if they're saying, like, oh, no, I had no intention of winning, blah, blah, blah. Like, you should still want to win. It's just not that important if you don't, is what I would say. It's nice if you do, but if you don't, you still had a good time, still enter it. It's still fun. I've met a lot of new people, so I would recommend it, even just for that. Since winning, um, I've done a few appearances, just like meet and greet type things. But really now is where it starts to happen because Pride season starts. So I'm marching in Birmingham next weekend. I'm sure like Manchester and some of the other Prides as well. But when I went to Mexico in January, they had a thing called Beef Dip.
Wow.
Yeah, and I reached out to one of the organizers and they like set up like an auction it was, and you had to auction off my trunks that I was wearing, and it went to a charity. So that was fun. Like I was on the posters and stuff. And
wow,
if you see my profile pic on Instagram, whatever, that's what that is. That crowd of people and me and me trunks. That's what was going on there.
That's amazing. Wow. And being Mr. Bear UK is the same journey as well. You need to do some appearances in some places. You kind of you promote the community.
Yeah, exactly. Like even things like this, even yes, you just promote it. Acceptance, like what is a bear anymore? It doesn't really matter. It's just a different sort of gay community, just a subset, but still welcoming, or at least it should be. Yeah. Some people complain that it isn't, so there is work to be done, but yeah, we're a nice bunch, really. Just promoting that sort of thing.
Great. Next question for you is, what's the biggest difference between you and your partner, your husband?
So me and my husband are very much opposites attract in most ways. So he's very shy at first, but he is also very organized. So he does all the planning. I'm rubbish at that kind of stuff, so we balance each other off well. So yeah, if you want the cheapest holiday deal, he's your man. He'll get us booked. We're sorted before I even know what's going on. Deals, that kind of stuff, sorting out hotels, these trips, anything like that. He's the best at that kind of thing. But I'm just better probably at like talking to people. So if there's ever a phone call, that would be me. But I mean, the online stuff, that's him. Yeah, so he's organized, and I'm probably the outgoing one in that case. So yeah, more reserved. Once you get, but after you get to know him, is fine. Like he opens up and stuff. Whereas I'm a loudmouth straight off the gate.
And what's the biggest similarity?
Our humor is very similar, so we love the same like comedy and things like that. Love of animals.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the same values, same morals, I'd say, in life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did your path crossed, if you can share?
Yeah, so we actually met when I moved to Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just through friends when I started making new Manchester friends. He was part of a friendship circle that I got in. And yeah, it just sort of naturally bloomed from there. So we were friends for a good year and a bit before we actually started
I
seeing each other.
see. Amazing. Great. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or not, who that would be and why?
Ooh. Oh, just one person. Okay. I'm gonna. I want to say like Beyonce, but no, I don't think she'd be as interesting as someone like. For me, there's an actor called Gary Oldman. I don't know if you know him. Does a lot of work and stuff, but he is like the most talented actor in my opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
to pick his brains, because that's kind of the life I wish I had. So I went to university to do drama and theatre studies. So I wanted to be a performer and actor. So I guess just picking his brains and seeing what that life is like, because he's kind of not famous. He's just an actor who byproduct is fame. You know, and some actors do it to be famous, and it goes, and they just want that. I think somebody like him is genius. So yeah, to sit down with him and pick his brains and see what his life's been like and how it's all turned out, that'd be awesome. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm sure I'll think of somebody better about 10 minutes after this call, and I'll be like, "Damn, why didn't I say Gandhi up in the deep?"
It's always like that. It's always like that. After you go like, I wish I had said that.
Yeah.
Talking about your university, as drama, do you think, if opportunities come along, would you still like do some plays or be involved in the acting career?
Yes, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. It's just I don't know how people do it. Like fair play to them. Like without the job and the security of a steady income, like that's some ballsy move in life to be an actor, I think. You're just jobbing around. Like I wish. I've got a friend, Matty, who does it, and I respect him a lot. He sort of opened my eyes to the possibility, and I know a few people that do it.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd like to. I'm just not brave enough to do it full time. Do you know what I mean?
Amazing. It's always there. I think when you have the gift, it can happen anytime. And sometimes I got goosebumps now. It can happen anytime, and sometimes it just knock your door without you expecting it. It's always like that.
I hope so.
3 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, of course, it's visible, your tattoos, yeah? Beautiful.
Okay.
So tell me, which one is the very first one you ever had? The second part of the question is, which one is the latest one? And the third part of the question is, which one is the most meaningful one?
Okay, so first one I ever had, you can't see anymore. It was just a squiggle on my arm. Remember those like tribal squiggles? So I think catching it there, look, you can just see a little band.
Yeah.
That didn't mean anything, wasn't anything. It was just what I could afford. So I've got a brilliant tattoo artist up in Stoke who's covered it with this
Beautiful.
tiger thing.
Beautiful.
But then I got this monkey was the second one. And that's because obviously my handle's monkey ribs and stuff on my socials, but all my family know me as Monkey. They don't call me Stuart. So all my nieces and nephews, they only call me Monkey, Uncle Monkey.
Oh,
And
wow.
this.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I found that phase quite young. So monkey's been my nickname for a very long time. So yeah, got the monkey. That turned into this Maori type design. Just kept going. But basically, what I like to do is ask the artist, what do you think would look good? And let them draw it because they know what they're doing. They
Hmm.
know what it looks like. Um, they know it looks good. So my newest one is a big bird on my back. I don't know if you can. I can try and show it. It's not finished. Can you see that?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's got to be coloured in. Yeah.
Wow. So that's the latest one that you are planning.
Yep. So they're going to colour in the sun on that. And the idea was to kind of be like, if I have any more, this side of my body colour, this side just black. So the bird will be like black, but that half will have the colour of the sun and a bit more colour on the crane, his beak and
Wow.
stuff. So if I have any more on my legs. There's also
Amazing.
a secret tattoo, which is on my bum, which is of a bear paw. So
Oh, sweet. When was that? When did you had the tattoo?
the bear paw one, I've had about 15 years. And that
Wow.
one was quite meaningful because it was after a breakup. We'd always discussed how it would look good, but like when we're together, we didn't do it. So as soon as we broke up, I'm like, right, I'm getting that tattoo.
Good. Show me down. Let me see. I'm joking.
I'll send you pics afterwards.
Next question is, what three things do you want to be remembered for?
I hope for being a nice person.
Mhm.
I hope for bringing people love and being good advice and making people happy when they're down. And hopefully for being funny-ish. That would be nice. If you like my humor. It's an acquired taste, but still. But yeah, just for being overall, just for being like a nice, decent guy who brought more love in than he took out. That would be amazing.
Great. Two questions left. Let's do it. Before the next one, Stuart, you said something that's got my attention. You mentioned about the bear community. From my experience, I've been living in London for, so many years, and I'm sure they remember the XXL Club, yeah?
Yeah.
And I loved it. I never been to a place where I don't say maybe when I started going, it was a bit different. But for the latest year before they closed down, oh my God, I never felt in a place where people they were so free. You felt so welcome. You didn't need to be a bear to be part of it, and the bear community was there, who opened their arms, just welcoming you. And I went so many times with friends, and everyone was always saying, "Oh my God, XXL is the place to be." And I saw so many tribes there, people did from different, aspects and different communities, and I loved it. At the same time as well, I had here on the show Mr. Bear Paris, I think, or Mr. Bear France. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but however, he told me something that I'd never thought about. He said that the bear community can be very welcoming, but at the same time as well, it can be very exclusive. They don't let other people. I mean, not general, of course, but his concepted, his perception about it, his experience, and I was surprised by that when he mentioned that. My question to you is: do you think that what's your opinion on that? Do you think that's people, of course, the community is very welcome, but it depends in the situation or the places, it can be a bit exclusive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I think the important thing to remember here, though, is the history of the Bears and why it's its own thing in the first place. So I think it can feel like it can be exclusive. I'm glad you never had that. I've never experienced it, but I'm a bear. But I've never really seen it where people feel shunned. But people have told me they felt that way. So while it's easy to be like, oh yes, accept it all, open arms, blah blah blah, that's how it should be. What you have to remember is this community formed because they felt outsiders themselves. They wanted a place where they could take their tops off, as silly as it sounds, dance without being judged. So I think sometimes when it shifts too much, so you go to a bear event and it's just muscle guys again and twinks again, that they start feeling like, oh, I don't want to take my top off anymore. I don't want to dance anymore because I feel self-conscious. Whereas really, that's how it started, is a way for them not to feel self-conscious. So I think sometimes some bears can feel that way because it's almost like, well, now I'm back to square one. I'm supposed to be in my safe place where I don't feel judged, and I'm happy to be a bit overweight or hairy or sweating and not the ideal beauty standard. Um, and sometimes they feel that like that's been taken away from them. Now I don't feel that way, but then I'm not particularly self-conscious, so it's not right for me to speak on their behalf either and say, well, you should just get over it and welcome everyone. You got to
Sure.
remember, as much as it's shallow, this is an aesthetic. That's what a bear is. It's not your personality. It's literally somebody's looks. It's, you're a hairy guy with a belly, with a beard, you're a bear. So it's born from that. Yes, it's nice that it's changing, but I would just say gay spaces in general should be that. So
Mhm.
that's where everyone comes together and mixes. And sometimes I guess if they just want it to be an event that's predominantly bears, maybe it should be. But I think everyone should be welcome. I'm happy for everyone, and Lord knows we all love a chaser, so that's fine. Like, I won't worry. I'm just trying to explain it from why certain people, it may feel like, oh no, I don't feel welcome there. Their reasoning for it, not mine. I'm happy for everyone to join in, and I think it's great. And the bear events I've been to have been amazing, but I'm certainly not going to speak for everyone. Some people
Mhm.
have felt neglected, and some people, like I say, that's the reason why. So I'm just trying to put a point across. It's not mine. But yeah, that's why I think. And that's probably what Mr. Bear France was saying, where it can feel exclusive. Because I think some of them are feeling like, well, they're all muscle guys now. So where do I fit in again? Like, do I have to be another subcategory? And let's face it, we've got enough categories in the gay community as it is: otters, bears, wolves, like all the animal kingdom.
Funny, but I'll tell you something now as well that came to my head, and I can tell from my point of view. I believe that I never seen the bear community so, huge and expressive and very, big as I see right now. My goodness, everyone, they literally they write there, I'm a bear. There is like, and you can see that, and also you can see how the community have exposed so big. Do you know what I mean? People, they are very proud nowadays to be
Mhm.
part of the bear community. And then before, I don't remember seeing that. I don't know if it's because maybe social media nowadays is more exposed, but it's all the time you see, the bear, they're so proud of the community that you see everywhere. I think that's from my eyes, from my experience, I've noticed that it's been very, big and popular and proud. People, they are proud to be part of the bear community.
Well, it's funny, like you just making me go back down memory lane now. But so when I was first on the scene, like there was no, well, there must have been, but I certainly didn't know about it. So I went to all the normal gay venues, and I always felt a bit out of place. Like I never felt particularly comfortable. Like I would never take my top off. That would never happen. And it wasn't until I went to Gran Canaria in year, and there was a bear bar there, and me and my friends walked in, and they just for once, all these guys went "Zoop" on me, and they were like, "Oh, this is weird." It's like, and one of them even said, "Is this what you feel like in all the other bars? Because we feel invisible." And I was like, "Yes, this is exactly what it feels like." And somebody brought me my first drink. It was not my first drink, I mean, my first drink I had bought for me. So yeah,
That's sweet.
so that's what I mean. So I think a lot of people may have that attachment to it, so they don't want that taken away. But also, progress is progress, and
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
say it's much more fine, like more accepted. There's more bears around, or people that are bear adjacent or look like bears now. It's not.
It's fashionable, I think, especially it became
Yeah,
fashionable.
probably
Absolutely.
fall out of fashion again soon. So it'll sort out with the next thing. We'll all be bald and hairless again soon.
But the interesting thing that came to my mind as well about bear pride. You see everywhere now bear pride. I don't know. If the past had before, but nowadays, do they have the bear week? in Barcelona, in Gran Canaria. There's always a bear event happening, and it's beautiful because I think people, even though they don't feel part of the bear community, but they feel welcoming. They feel like, okay, I want to be there because, again, as you said, people they're more comfortable with their body or whatever they look like, and I think that it somehow is connecting, getting people more, understanding and be part of any community. In the end of the day, we are all in the same boat, isn't it? We are just in the same boat.
Everyone's self-conscious about something or feels
absolutely
unperfect. So yeah, you're right. Just come together. I think that as long as you're nice to people, people are nice back generally. I genuinely believe that. So
totally
get what you get.
Great. Next question is, what do you consider most romantic?
I'm a bit of an old-fashioned. I think romance is romance. So yeah, like nice foot massage, candles, all that kind of vibe. Not that I need it necessarily, but if somebody said, "What's a romantic night for you?" it would be like the two of us, a film, candles, face masks. Yeah, or like a little getaway, hot tub. The pretty standard, boring, sorry, basic answer, but yeah, that's romance for me.
I don't see boring at all. I just feel sweet. I think nowadays people we got used to this, let's say perfection that social media sells. That when someone do a very genuine and simple gesture, you go like, oh my god, I was expecting that. So it's great. I think those things is coming back like more and more now. People appreciate the simplicity for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Last question, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Last one. Before the last question, people watching this interview right now, maybe they would like to enter a competition to become Mr. Bear, from anywhere or any place. What would be your best piece of advice?
Don't take it too seriously. Go and have fun. That's how I won. I believe it was just having fun. It wasn't because I was necessarily the best dressed or had the best outfit or danced the stupidest or anything like that. I just think it's genuinely have a good time. And like I say, everyone's there for a laugh. You'll meet new friends. Just do it for that. Especially if you feel like you're not part of the community and you might feel like, oh no, this is a good way to get in. You'll meet the other contestants, you'll meet the people there. So even if you don't win, you'll bond. And I'll be there for this year. So there's a friendly face for you.
Oh, sweet. I'll remember that, okay? Last question is, what makes you feel discouraged?
Discouraged. I think we can all be guilty in this. Me too, but changing people's minds. And it's still discouraging. There's still a lot of views out there that surprise me that people still have this in this day and age. And I think if you get too much into reading the news and the socials, it can actually be quite depressing. But I still believe that the majority of good voices outweigh the bad. It's just that you're focusing on the bad. So it only takes one person to say a negative thing and it'll drown out 100 positive things because you'll just focus on that one. So I think it gets skewed, but sometimes it's guilty to forget that. So that can be discouraging because you start to believe that the whole world is starting to hate gay people again, or everybody's anti-trans, or everybody wants this, or everybody thinks war is the best, or everybody hates immigrants and all that. If you get swept up into it, but I think there's a lot of love out there still, but it's just clickbait and it's easier for them to write the negative stuff. So try not to get too discouraged, but yeah, that can be discouraging. Sometimes you just need to snap out of it and surround yourself with some love again.
Amazing. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes even though you have this positive attitude or positive outgoing, but sometimes it hits you. It's impossible because there's still things happening there that you go like, my God, it's still happening that? I know what I mean for sure. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words, just them one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Let's start with money.
Yes, please.
Family.
Love. Everything. Fear or beer?
Fear.
Fear. Loneliness.
Life.
Good.
Love.
I'm lucky. Lucky.
Sex.
Amazing.
Religion.
Pointless.
Friendship.
Family.
Politics.
Important.
Desire.
Life is a desire. Long life. That can be 2 words.
Regret.
Not worth your time.
Success.
Counted in many different ways.
Wish.
For everyone to feel as lucky as I do most days.
Oh, happiness.
Is friends and family.
One word for I'm gonna get it wrong. It's stock on trends. Yeah, the name of this. Okay, so one word for stock on trends.
I'll keep it positive. On the whole, friendly.
I would say cockeries.
Oh yeah, pottery. There you go. Pottery. B.
One word for Manchester.
Accepting.
One word for England.
Progressive, sort of.
You're not very convincing about your answer.
No, because it is, but obviously a lot of people would disagree. But you think how lucky you are compared to other countries. So.
I'm just teasing you now.
No, I know, but it's hard, isn't it? To be like, yay, England.
You made me remember a situation. Remember the Olympics in 2012? I remember.
Oh, there we go.
You know, the funny thing was, I remember the opening of the ceremony, and of course, the Queen was there, you know, and of course, every country and they're hosting the Olympics. They are the last one to come, you know what I mean, to tear you up and everything. And I remember when they said England and fireworks and everything, and suddenly the camera went to the Queen and she was like this.
Iconic. Love that.
It was so funny. A friend of mine straight away sent me a message. Oh my God, did you see what I thought? Yes, I did. It was so funny. I loved it. She was like this with her nails. Everyone, England! And she was like this. So funny.
Yeah, I know.
I love it. I mean the power. I still got the power.
What else? This is just a Tuesday to me.
Oh, bless her, bless her. One word for Mr. Bear Manchester.
Privileged.
One word for Mr. Bear UK.
Extremely privileged woman.
And the last one now, Bear Community. One word.
Loving.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your partner, your husband, for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, define Stuart in one positive word and one negative word only, what he would say.
Okay. Positive. I think he'd say funny. Negative. Disorganized.
Ooh. Okay.
I hope. He could probably say a lot worse.
When this interview goes live, when I get to this point, you pause the interview, ask him to say, and after you compare it, he said the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I love it. Let's play now with Stuart and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before you ask me the question, tell me the moment when they said, Mr. Bear UK, Stuart, tell me your emotions. Tell me what was going through your mind, your emotions at the time.
It's on YouTube, but
Is it?
Yeah. I do little short videos on YouTube. They're just for me. It's like boring holiday journals. I think they're great, but I wouldn't expect anyone else to find them interesting. But it's more like memory stuff for me.
Oh, you should be proud of it. You should be proud and promote it for people to watch it.
Okay, well, watch it if you want to see me traveling around the world or getting drunk, mainly.
There you go. What about your emotions at the time when they said your name?
Just complete joy, shock, relief as well, because it was done.
Right.
I honestly believe the guy who came second was going to win because he was Um, but yeah, no, it was so happy. It was such a fun time, and like I'm very lucky, and I would really recommend. Like I say, it was such a even if you didn't win the runners up, everything, it was so fun. It's just a good laugh. It's just a good laugh. That's all I'd say. It's a good laugh. Don't take it serious. I'm not trying to solve world peace. I don't think I'm somebody special or important, but it's just fun. Just do it. Why not? Do it. Do it.
Absolutely. Right, you can ask me a question now.
Okay. Let's think. If you were to have a child, would you want a boy or a girl, and what would their name be?
Oh, sweet, very sweet question. Oh my God, you know what, Stuart? Over 1,200 interviews, nobody asking this question. Oh my God. Went straight to the point. First of all, I would love to have a child. I just love the fact that, I could, teach or share, a life with a child, knowing that, it's there. I'm going to like to raise a child, to give the best of love. However, I must say I already have one. Yes.
What?
Yes, however, he's my godson. Yeah, he's
Okay.
Why? I couldn't help. I'm joking. So,
Actually, I've got four. So.
ooh. Anyway, so yes, I have a 4 years old godson, which I consider my son. He far away is in Canada, in Montreal, and something that I would love and I will make sure he's the son of my best friends. And I was talking the other day about that. Actually, I can't wait for him to to grow up more, and when he start understanding things. And I'm always gonna point him that he can be anything he wants. Yeah, and I'll be there. Not just me, but his parents and people around him. I just want to make sure that whatever he wants to be, I'll be there. I'll be there to make sure that that will happen. And of course, I want to explain to him that it might be difficult, yeah, not easy, whatever you want to be. There's always barrier, there's always difficult. However, I want to make sure that one day he comes up and say, you know what, I am the person who I always want to be. And that's something that I want to, to embrace. And I always talk to my best friend, to his dad, say, look, let's make sure that whatever, could be anything, I'll be there cheering up for him, not just for his brother as well, because I think it's so important for a child to know that they can grow up knowing that they can be themselves, whatever, choose their path and make mistakes and do their things, but knowing that whatever they want to follow, they have the support of their family. I think it's very important for children to feel that, because they don't understand. But in the future, when they grow up, they're gonna look back and they're gonna feel that, they're gonna understand that they had support before, growing up. So that's very simple. But I just want to make sure somehow I would like to encourage him to whatever, could be anything. I would be there cheering up for sure.
He's lucky to have you.
Oh, sweet. Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks for being so kind and bring this good energy to the show. I think your friends and your partner, they're very lucky as well, because I can feel your genuinely friendness, and I'm sure you are able to make friends, as you said before, easily, because talking to you, I feel like I know you for years now.
There you go. You're the same, obviously. You must be very well liked as well, because you definitely give off a good vibe.
Thanks so much. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Snow leopard like a snow leopard. No, that's not really.
I was like, what?
No. Life's too short is honestly the best message I could ever think of. It's too short. It goes too fast. Just enjoy it. Why not? Stop worrying about what happened years ago. Doesn't matter.
Amazing. Let's live the present. Let's live a gift, which life is a gift. Let's live it, enjoy it for sure.
Love that.
Regards to your husband, to your family and friends, and I see you sometime in Manchester or in London or anywhere. Okay?
Definitely.
Keep in touch, Stuart. It was a pleasure, okay? Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye. See you next time.